Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. I wanted to do a VR to Tarot by Ania because I recently watched her video on her top 10 Oracle decks. I just can't do it. It goes out of hand. So basically I thought with Oracles it will be easier because I don't have so many Oracles, my thinking, and it's going to be just fine. I don't have to worry, I can definitely pick 10, and look what happened. It's much more than 10, but then I thought, I'm just going to show you off the oracles that I actually have and that I use. And as maybe you know or don't, I actually am a card slinger that mixes decks, and I very often use tarot with oracles. I use two tarot decks together, I mix systems, and I kind of find enjoyment in it. And at the same time I do have a lot of decks, so I do not keep decks just for pure collecting. All the decks I keep I use, and if I don't use them I try to swap them or sell them or just pass them on, because yes, sometimes my taste changed, of course. I did swap, for example, Plant Alley Oracle, which I'm going to get again because I just love the artwork. Lina, if you watch this, you know what I think of your recent swap. Sorry, it's inside joke. But let's just start with the oracles, shall we? So as I said, I use oracles with tarot decks. Very often I do a tarot reading and pull oracle card as a confirmation of the reading or as an extension of the reading. Sometimes it gives a central focus point, sometimes it gives me some emotional indication. It depends on the oracle deck. I do have a few honorable mentions. One of my honorable mention is Weaver's Oracle. It's one of those oracles that I feel, to me, it's like my soul deck, one of the soul decks, definitely. It's one of the most beautiful oracle deck that I own and that I connected to. It has kind of everything I wish for in an oracle. It's deep, it's earthy, it's evocative, it has all the female older faces, younger faces, so all of the ages. In this deck there is a lot of variety in body types, in looks. I don't tend to go for oracle or tarot cards where I see all the pretty faces and they also beautiful. It's just not my type of aesthetics. I prefer raw, shamanic, earthy, naive art, kind of just speaks to me much better than the like pretty skinny with no substance kind of face. And sorry if I don't want to insult anybody who loves the pretty faces, it's all great, it's just not my thing. So Weaver's Oracle by Caroline Hylier, this is my honorable mention as one of my very special deck. Another one is the Wild Guanine Oracle. You probably would know it. I had a few great experiences with this deck, and also the artwork is just spectacular. I love it. I pull it usually as a card a month, so a monthly card, and it just gives me a sense of energy or advice or something I should pay attention to during this month. So I think everybody knows that deck. So this is an honorable mention. Anything else as an honorable mention? I think that's it. Then let's go with the oracles that I use the most often. So definitely, I think if I was to choose even one, which I would have to say I cannot live without, aside for the honorable mentions, that would be the Sacred Creators Oracle. I actually used the box from the Wild Unknown and just glued the card that came with the deck. This oracle is very, very cool. It goes with every tarot deck, nearly every tarot deck I use. It actually, I noticed, because I use it very often for client readings, I noticed it gives, like, it reflects tarot reading, but adds just the mental kind of word like amazing phrasing, and captures the essence of the reading very often. So I usually use this oracle as an advice or an invitation what a person should do, like if they want to actively embrace the reading, what they can do if they wish to. So this deck, I love it. It's a brilliant deck. I didn't actually back it because I thought, when it was, when it was on Kickstarter, I thought it's not my thing. I don't like words, little pictures, but this is an amazing deck. So definitely Sacred Creators Oracle belongs to like top 3 of my favorite Oracle decks. Another one that I use often is the Australian Bushflower Essences cards, and this is an old deck of mine. Sorry. And I use it very often for emotional clarity. So a lot of people sometimes, we feel something, but we're not quite sure what that is. This deck is really brilliant when it comes to pinpointing the emotions. And it always comes with like plus and minus. So, when you have this little booklet, you always get plus and minus. So the negative kind of negative experience you can feel, or negative emotions, and then the positive ones which can be transformed. So this deck is really brilliant, and it's over and over again, it's really great for client readings and supportive readings. I highly recommend this one. Another one that I use very often is the Goddess Oracle. First of all, it's well done. I wish there were no white borders here, and then there was no... Look how beautiful that would be, like none of this, and just black. Or even if there were white borders, fine, but just not the name. But this oracle, Uzume, my favorite. This oracle, it's brilliant. It's beautiful, and it's kind of on the side of the pretty one, but it's very real for some reason. And I love the poems that come with each of the cards in the description, like, in the companion book. So this is a brilliant oracle if you want to work with I just usually pull it also as an advice, or as I ask which goddess would volunteer and what they want to share with me during particular day or particular reading, and clients respond really well to it. People in general find this deck very kind of approachable. So this is a brilliant one. Actually, that should be another honorable mention, because I have this deck for a very long time. And this is Crystal Cards Ali. Now there is a new edition of this deck. The cards are smaller and with gilding, I think. And there's more cards. But this is a deck by Naisha Zian. And I studied crystal, Becoming the Human Crystal with her. And I think she's one of the best crystal teachers in the world. I really highly recommend just listening to her on YouTube, or just checking out her approach, because she's really, like, as I always say, like, no bullshit approach. And she kind of arranged this deck via elemental associations, and there's a lot of cool information about elements and how to work with crystals on her website, but also in the companion book that comes with this deck. And I still use this deck. I think it's great. I really connect to the stones, as you know, and yeah, this deck is amazing. Another one that I use very often is the Three Wisdom cards by Lisa McLachlan. and it comes with this little thing. And this is one of the decks that has writing on the back, but because of how it's added, like how it's arranged, I don't really mind. Plus the information is very short and it's very poignant, and I actually really love to have this information at hand. It comes with the tree name, the keyword, and even the Latin name of the tree. And the artwork in this particular one is not as colorful as in the plant alleys, but I just love to see faces in the trees. I always do that. I always see them, especially now after even getting my, you know, like when I got this interest into skulls, I constantly see faces everywhere now. And I think that's where, I'm sorry, this is where Lisa came from. And when she was walking around and she just saw faces in trees. That's beautiful. And this deck is stunning in artwork, how it feels in the hand, in the color palette, and also in wisdom that Lisa shares with us. I really love this deck. And as I said, I want to get her plant alleys as well. I also had light design cards, but I think I swapped, and I don't miss this one so much, but the plant alleys I would love to get. Another one that I have for a long time and love is the Earthbound Oracle. It's a cutie. It comes out, I don't use it every day or, you know, very, very often, but I get through periods when I'm really drawn to it. And it's very earthy. To me, it feels very shamanic. I love the sweet size of it, and because art is quite stunning and simple in a way and poignant, you don't really miss that it's bigger because you can see everything very well. It has no borders, a very small keyword at the bottom, so it's beautiful. Earthbound Oracle, it's gorgeous. Animal Spirit Oracle, love this deck, use it a lot since I got it. Recently I went through a phase when I wasn't drawn so much to my animal decks, but I do get like wavy with this, so I definitely will be coming back to it. And you know, I love the Wild Unknown and I love this deck. It's gorgeous. The artwork is amazing. I wish I had a book to it, so if anyone has the book they want to get rid of, let me know. Maybe I can swap or get it off you. For the Animal Spirit Oracle, it's great. Another one that I also love is Devas of Creation by Sila Cole. I don't remember. Sila, she made the Intuitive Tarot. So this is a very elemental deck. And I love the idea behind it. I love that it has a lot of shadow cards. I love the depth of it and how it incorporates nearly every aspect of life as we know it, from the physical to cosmic. Yeah, it's just a brilliant deck. And if you like colors, it's also, you know, it's filled with depth, and I love this deck. And the book that comes with it, it's also great. So Devas of Creation. Another one that I had for a very long time, it's getting worn, is the relationship cards. I got it at some point from a very good friend of mine. And this is a deck that it's maybe, you know, I wouldn't have gotten it for its artwork, but it has a very cool advice at the end. At the back of the cards. And usually, you know, when you have relationship questions, they kind of circle around certain types of questions. And this deck turned true so many times over and over again. And I have used it for a long time when I was living in Australia with friends and at work, and just, you know, we were checking stuff out. So I don't know if it still exists, because it was, yeah, as I said, I got it many years ago. But it was printed by US Games, so maybe. There's few other decks that I want to share with you. Actually, that should be honorable mention as well, the soul cards, because I love this deck so much. Soul cards, I mixed soul cards 1 and 2. I know that some people don't, some people do. I don't mind. I love having like big oracle decks and with many cards. So this is mixture of 2 decks, and this deck is very like psychological to me. It's more for like prompt for creative writing, for really deep meditation with the images, because as you can see, it's not your typical surface picture. It has layers always. It really depends on your associations in the moment. You know, today you can think something about this image, but in 3 days times, when your emotional state changes, you can feel totally something else. So this deck is brilliant. I'm fascinated by these images. They don't get boring. They seem quite like universal. Don't know if they get old. Another deck that I don't use very often, but I love it and I reach for it because it has some childlike quality to it, some purity, and also like some innocence. I don't know, there's just this fairy tale like appearance about it, and I love that. That's this. I think there is a new edition of this, but this version, the first edition, is quite easy available. But I forgot what it's called. But I think it's Wicca cards, Wicca cards. I think by Sally Morningstar, and yeah, it has a lot of beautiful symbols, which you know, you can if you read tarot, you can definitely read those, and it's just very evocative to me. And as I said, it's very kind of witchy also, so I love to get to it when I, you know, feel the call. So I definitely never get rid of that one. Another one that I like a lot is the Art Oracles. This is quite new for me, but I kept using it quite a lot actually. This is more on the intellectual side and quirky side and weird side. The descriptions are really funny most of the times, but yeah, that's something along the lines that I like. And I'm happy to have this deck definitely in my collection and use it because it's quite quirky and just speaks to my, you know, weird intellectual side. Another one that I use actually quite often is the Ziggy Oracle by Heather Mendel, and it comes in 2 parts. One is the Sephira card. It comes with this little booklet when you have descriptions, and I actually love what she did because she took the tarot major arcana and she created like archetype, theme, mentor, gift, and pathway between on Tree of Life, and then she just asked a few questions. And I love the oracles where you actually don't have descriptions of the cards but have the questions you can answer for yourself. So this is all a major arcana from tarot, which is awesome. And I love the artwork. It's kind of cosmic and graphic and deep. It reminds me a little bit of Aboriginal artwork for some reason. And yeah, so this deck is very cool. Also great to use as like a, you know, main theme for the reading, or something you would be working with for maybe a week or something. You can do it daily as well, but it's quite deep. This deck is also gorgeous. The messenger cards by Sandra Kunz. They're so gorgeous and soulful. And sometimes when I need like a little, this deck reminds me of a cloud for some reason. When I need like a little, not a message that like gets you like this, but that kind of message when you like have to sit with a little bit, or like you just like take it in, but you're not quite sure about about it, but you know you get it, but you cannot articulate it. You know that feeling when you know but you cannot say it. So this deck to me is like this, and I think it's just one of those great decks, but it's quite deep without being loud. Another one that's it's also great, but I haven't used it recently. I kind of forgot about it. But when I was pulling those oracle decks that I like, this one definitely is one that I like. So that's the Winged Enchantment Oracle deck. And it's a bird oracle deck. So, you know, I love birds. I collect feathers from all over the world. And this is one of the decks that is beautiful. It's by Lisa Hunt. So if you like her artwork, you definitely will love it. And it's one of those decks which has also a great companion book. So you get those little poems which are awesome. You get descriptions, not too long, but you know, you get it. So that's all like beautiful. Another one, there's 5 more left. Another one is the Wisdom Keepers Oracle, and this is also a deck that I use monthly. The biggest Wisdom Keeper. Ooh, it's you. This is a deck that I use monthly, so I pull usually 1 card from it, and then they come in pairs, so I look for the partner of that card. The book is great. It's really well written, it's interesting, it's got information, it's got story, it's got questions. So if, yeah, I just like pull 1 card, and for example now I pulled Understanding, and then I look into the booklet, and here I have number 4, Understanding, and it says programming partner is number 49, so then I look for number 49 in the cards. And in the book, it is Revolution, yeah? Number 49. So it's a system in itself, and the cards are beautiful. The faces, the eyes, the colors. There's a black and white version too, but I love the color version, and I love what they did with the faces. When you look from afar, they all have some kind of halo around them. So if there is face, there is this whiteness around the face, so the face really pops up, and you can really see the eyes, the brightness, the sadness, the joy, the hope. It's gorgeous. So this deck, as I said, monthly cards as well. Another one, the crystal. I have 2 crystal card oracles, the Crystal Alley cards and Lavish Earth Oracle. And that Lavish Earth Oracle, it's a brilliant idea. So it's very minimalistic in how it looks, but it's got this gorgeous gorgeous quotations around. So it says, for example, whoever is the most impertinent has the best chance, Mozart. And then you have short description of the Moldavite and keywords. So yeah, it's one of those decks that I use a lot, and it's a great deck. I like it. Another one that recently arrived, and I use it very often now for clients, is The Sacred Journey into the Animal Realms by Kai Crow. And this is a gorgeous deck, maybe not even in the artwork itself, even though it has a lot of like energy in it. And I think that's what Kai wanted to kind of capture in this deck. She lives it with animals, she knows animals, and I think for an animal deck, this is one of the good sources to go for, because she has heaps of interesting stories, and all the animals that are in the deck she knew personally. They rescue animals and yeah, work with animals, and so this is a brilliant deck. And as I said in another video, whenever I use it, it's very like a warm hug. It's very uplifting, it's very soothing, filled with love. So if you ever need a kind of support, this deck is also very, very cool. 3 more to go. Farben der Engel Oracle by Darsha Willing. This is The book comes actually in German, but I think there is an English PDF as well. But yeah, I speak German, so I can read it. It comes with these bags, and it's just an Orasoma bottles photographed, and it's a color orgasm. So I use it very often with my Orasoma deck. I use Orasoma Tarot quite often for client readings as well. It's a very healing deck. I love this deck still a lot. And despite the fact that I don't show it often on my social media, I do use it. And the Farbender angle comes sometimes to support the color message. And then there is this Tree Angel Oracle, which I pulled out recently. So I love the tree nature kind of themed oracle. And this one is beautiful as well. It's got these bags and just like a tree spirit. So you have oak. And then in the book you have little poems as well, and you have those descriptions. So that's a beautiful deck. I really like it. I also bought it a long time ago. I think it might be out of print, so sorry for that. And then the last one is Carol Hertz's Tarot Arcana. It comes with this handmade book on Chakra Tarot, and then Carol has this system of connecting two major arcana cards from Rider-Waite-Smith to the chakras, and this is a fascinating system. I actually still discovering it. So we have 7 cards for the chakras, and we have all the major arcana cards from Rider-Waite-Smith images connected to 2 chakras. So this is each archetype has connection to 2 chakras. So if there's a hangman, and you have connection to the 3rd eye and to the solar plexus, and then I think solar plexus or the 2nd chakra, I have to decipher this. The temperance is 3rd eye and the heart chakra, and so on and so forth. Death is solar plexus and 3rd eye, and so on and so on. So I'm working with this deck for myself mostly. Trying to see how I want to create a reading for my Etsy shop with this deck, because I find it's quite fascinating approach, and I want to use it maybe with Orasoma Tarot or something. But yeah, it's a quite interesting approach to chakras. So that's it, my friends. I'm not particularly inspired right now to make videos. Whenever I get on, like, you know, I want to record something, I constantly have this feeling I have nothing interesting to say. I can only speak about decks. I want to make some more interesting content, so I'm sorry if this was boring, but I will try to write down my ideas. I do have a lot of ideas, but I'm right now in this slumber. Maybe it's this weather, it's grey all the time. I kind of constantly think of how to get out of Poland and go somewhere where there is more sun, so maybe holidays is coming up. But yeah, so yeah, I hope I will provide some more interesting content for you guys, but right now this is all I can do. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Who doesn't like looking at nice decks? But I send you a lot of love, and take care of each other, and I speak to you soon. Bye.